So conditional formatting is something that you will use to highlight data so that it stands out more and you can pick out important parts of your data that you need to pick out. One of the points of using conditional formatting as opposed to just maybe using the fill bucket or the cell styles is that as your data changes, the conditions will also update. So for example, if we highlight these numbers here, which we will, and they change, everything that goes with it will change also. Let's see what that looks like. So this is just a random spreadsheet from a homework assignment and time on site, these about salespeople. So let's say I want to highlight time on sales data between 20 and 30. So I choose all of the data, not just the numbers that are in that range, because if the data changes, we want the condition to work. And there's a couple different ways we can start. Under conditional formatting here, I can go to highlight cells. And this is one easy way. I can just choose between. Format cells that are between, and I'm going to type in here 20. It gets these numbers here from our data, but we're going to make them unique. And the default when we do it this way is this light red fill with a dark red text. And that's fine. You can leave it like that, or you can pull this down and choose another default, or go ahead over to the custom format and change your font color here and the fill color here. We'll just leave it like this for right now. We'll say OK, and we'll say OK. So again, if this information changed, let's say this person went up to 50, he's no longer highlighted. Let's say we want to highlight everything that is gold. So we select all this information, conditional formatting. Again, I can come over here and I can choose equal to, but I'm going to show you a different way. I'm going to say new rule. Then I'll choose format only cells that contain. Down here, I could have done my between the same way. I'll pull this down and I'll say equal to. Now here spelling counts, but upper and lower case does not. So if you spell something wrong here and it doesn't match your data, your condition will not work. I have to do a custom format here, and maybe I'll choose a purple fill and a white font, and maybe I'll even make it bold, and I'll say OK, and I'll say OK. Again, if this information changes, I guess this is not connected to here, so that would be a different formula. But if this information changes, if I type gold here, it automatically gets highlighted. To change your rules or delete your rules or see your rules, you're going to go back and select your data, go up to conditional formatting and choose manage rules. You can actually start the process this way by choosing manage rules and saying here new rule. So this is where I go to check to make sure that your rules are correct when I grade your assignments. And for example, if you have two rules here, you need to get rid of one, because you would only need one rule for this condition. And you can simply click on it and say delete rule and it would go away. Or you can edit the rule. Delete it, apply, it's gone. If we wanted to add it back or add a new rule, I can select new rule, format only cells that are between. Maybe I'll say 40 and 50 this time. I will format it Just going to give it a color this time. Apply. You can see it already takes effect. And say OK. So I hope that helps a little bit with understanding conditional formatting.